Hello everybody. Hi. Everybody who is interested in learning how in Estonia already today with digitalization we are solving a lot of problems that the energy markets and the energy systems are facing, I invite you to come closer and listen how we at Smart Load Solutions are doing it. So feel free to take your coffee, your biscuits, and come closer. I will take about a couple of minutes of your time to introduce us, our company, Smart Load Solutions, and how we use digital technology to benefit the energy systems. So, hello everybody. My name is Madis. I'm the co-founder of Smart Load Solutions. And the problems that we are solving, I believe many of you know this. And I assume that because since you are here in this conference, where this is exactly the place where we are talking about these problems. So, for example, one of those problems is that maintaining and keeping up the peak hour power plants is quite expensive. As we all know, electricity isn't consumed always the same way. The consumption fluctuates really hard. At some time periods, we have a very low demand for electricity, and thus at that time period, the energy cost is very, very low. However, on certain hours of the day, or of the week, or of the month, or of the year, the demand can rise really high, it can skyrocket, and then those peak hour power plants have to be turned on. Now, these otherwise on standby systems will produce the energy we need for those hours, but they do charge us. They do charge us, the consumers, quite a lot of it. So basically we, the consumers, are paying that we have power plants on standby for those time periods when we need, when everybody wants to consume electricity at the same time. Also, we need to maintain a high infrastructure to provide electricity during that time. And when we take the renewable production into account, this can even worsen this case, make the fluctuations even larger. So this is something that we as consumers are paying for. The second thing, when talking about renewable electricity, is that EU has set goals to reduce CO2 emissions. Now, solar panels and wind turbines are great for that. It's great. It's free electricity. It's clean electricity. We all like it. However, there is this problem that the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. And then that time periods, again, we need to use electricity, and this electricity will still be produced by the fossil power plants, by those expensive peak time power plants for which we have to pay. Essentially, we will still pay for producing those CO2 emissions. So could an answer be battery storage systems? Well, according to the calculations, it will take about 18 Tesla gigafactories for about 25 years to produce enough of batteries for Europe alone to go 100% on a renewable source. So what's the solution here for in Estonia? What we have turned up is that we don't tackle the electricity production side. We tackle the electricity consumption side. What we do is we take off the electricity consumption off from those peak hours, off from those hours when fossil power plants are producing the electricity, and shifting it to the time periods when the electricity is the cheapest, when there's a lot of excessive renewable electricity in the grid. But then comes the question, how do we do this? The consumers will never take it. Well, one of the answers here is electrical on-the-floor heating. In Estonia today, there's about 100 megawatts worth of electrical on-the-floor heating, where exactly this is what we can do. We can heat up the floors when the electricity price is cheap in the grid by a degree or two, and turn the heating off when it goes real expensive. Since there's a large inertia, it will take about a couple of hours until the temperature will fall as low that we need to turn the heating back on. So this means we can provide a solution without any discomfort for the end customer. Your floor as a consumer will still be as warm as you want, but the energy that is being consumed will be consumed during the cheaper times, during the more environmentally friendly time periods, and less at those peak hours which are the most expensive to us all. So, but the problem with electric floor heaters is it's distributed among hundreds of thousands of homes. Well, for this, digitalization comes to play. What we need to achieve this is essentially first a heating-based artificial intelligence which knows what each floor wants. Every house, every floor is different. It takes a different amount of time to heat up a floor or cool down the floor. So what we need is some good algorithm which will learn the characteristics of every single floor that it is optimizing. Then what else we need is, of course, weather forecast. Believe it or not, but if it's going to be minus 20 degrees or plus 10 degrees tomorrow, it is going to make a difference in your energy consumption. So a third thing what we need is access to the electricity markets. This is where this great S-Feed platform comes into the play. We can connect, thanks to the tools like S-Feed, we can connect electrical floor heatings with the electricity markets so that the floor heaters would know what is the electricity price, and they would also know, is there any need for demand response? Do we need to turn like heaters on or off for 15 minutes to keep the grid balanced? So the fourth thing, of course, which is needed is some sort of a user application where the user can say what he wants his floor temperature to be, because none of us wants to walk on a cold floor. We want a nice, warm, cozy house. And finally, what we need is some sort of a smart thermostat to bind this all together. We need some sort of a relatively low-cost technology that can be distributed around the hundreds of thousands of homes that will keep the floor warm, but will be simultaneously connected with the energy grid. And here I am proud to present our company's latest product, which is the Themo thermostat. Themo does exactly this. It is a smart thermostat meant for electrical floor heaters. You as a customer can insert the temperature that you want, nighttime one temperature, daytime second temperature, and it has a real-time connection with the electricity markets, meaning it knows 24 hours ahead what's going on in the market. And if the price is low, it will heat up your floor, and when it gets expensive, it turns it off. So you as a customer can save 30% in a year from your electricity bill, but still get the same amount of warmth in your floor. And we have also calculated that in Estonian use case, we can save around 500 kilograms of CO2 emissions per year per one floor heater. So if you're interested in learning more about what Themo can do, then our booth is just right around their corner. Me and my co-worker Lina will be happy to tell you a little more about how the technology works and what are its benefits. So I welcome all of you to come by. Thank you.